Know these 3 things before getting into any relationship. Make your happiness the goal, not the person. I follow dating coach Matthew Hussey, and he says this line all the time. Make your happiness the goal and not the person. I think we get so hung up on the idea of having a specific person in our life, the potential we see in that person to make us happy, to make us feel loved, to start a family, to start an empire, whatever it is. We can get so hung up on needing that person to deliver the results that we want, to deliver this fairy tale or this idea that we've made up or created in our mind about this person. We've created a story about them, and we think we need that specific person in order to follow the path that we want, to follow the dreams that we want with that person. In actuality, it's not that way. You can have somebody perfect on paper, but not compatible with you. Or you can have somebody who you so desperately see potential in, but you're going to be continually wasting time with them because they are not really the person you want them to be, right? So it's about making happiness your goal and not the person. And that means being with or without this person. This gives you and the other person so much room to breathe in the relationship. Because if you are so needy on this one person and for them to be everything for you, and if they let you down, then it's always an argument kind of thing because you have this idea of them and they're never living up to it. That causes for a dysfunctional relationship, right? So you need to start with where you are and know what makes you feel happy and what doesn't. If you don't feel happy in the relationship, you need to reflect on why. Is it because you are following potential that this person has? Or is it because you are lowering your standards to not be alone? Is it a fear of being alone? You have to ask yourself, why am I staying in something that doesn't make me happy, right? Because our goal in life should be in every area to be happy, whether it be in family, relationships, career, passions. We don't really have a finite reason of why we're here, right? We're just all kind of living this life under rules and a society structure, but there's no real oh, this is happening because that's the big question of the universe, why we're here, right? So why not be happy? We don't know how long we are here. We don't know how much time we have. When you experience a death in your life, which God forbid, right? It is one of the most life-shocking things because it really makes you question existence. It makes you realize how short of time we actually have here. It makes you really reflect on why would I waste any time being unhappy when my time is so limited. Happiness is the goal here, not that person. If you work out with that person and you find happiness with them, great. But if it's not them and you are unhappy with this specific person that you're holding on to, it's time to reflect on why, and it's time to reflect on if it's time to let it go, because your happiness should be the goal. You being happy will allow so much more to flourish in your life. You don't need to be in this lifetime feeling unhappy just to keep some person around. When you stick with somebody who's making you unhappy, you are withholding yourself from somebody who can make you happy. Make your happiness the goal, not the person. Number 2, ignoring your needs will never work. Trust me, trust me, trust me. I've done this in so many relationships, not just relationships, but also friendships. And ignoring your needs never works. How is somebody supposed to treat you the way you want them to if you ignore your own needs? If you're constantly bending your boundaries, if you're constantly just saying, no, I don't like that, but then, oh, okay, I'll still do it. The people pleasing. How can anyone really treat you the way you want them to when you don't set that standard for yourself? Because we set the standards for ourselves. That person doesn't set the standard. Yes, we would love if everyone just treated us with kindness and respect and exactly the way we wanted them to all the time, but that's not reality, right? We have to teach people the way we want to be treated, and who's going to uphold those standards? Who's going to uphold those boundaries? We have to do that. Ignoring your needs, ignoring what you desire, ignoring what makes you feel good, ignoring what you need from a relationship is never going to work. Never. Trust me. And if you feel like you are with somebody who you have to ignore your needs with, if they retaliate anytime you try to set up a boundary, that is not somebody you want in your life, because that person benefits from you not having them. It's not that what you're asking for is too much. It's that they like you a certain way, and when you aren't no longer that way or no longer want to be that way, it makes them uncomfortable. So it's like you need to set that standard for yourself. You need to set that boundary and uphold what you need from the relationship, because that person One, how are they going to know if you don't tell them? And two, how are you going to know if this person is wasting your time or not, if they're going to respect your boundaries or not? You have to voice them first and then see how they react, right? Because we can't control other people. We can't control how they treat us, but we can control what we allow into our lives and what we disallow, what we will cut out, right? We have control of that. Number 3, if you're confused, that's your answer. I have so many girlfriends. We talk about boys, right? And we're like, what does this mean? He did this, blah, blah, blah. All these like what ifs, we're analyzing every move. But if we're confused, he's not the one. That guy is not it. He's either talking to other women, he's playing games, or he's just not sure about you. And because we all know a man who knows what he wants. He will go up right to you right then and there and tell you what he wants. A guy who knows what he wants is not shy about it. If he is confused in any way, it's not you, darling. It's not you. And thank God, because if he shows any confusement, any signs of being confused, you know that you can step away. You know, like, okay, that's my answer. Most guys will make it obvious if they are into you. Most guys won't play these wishy-washy games. It also goes for women too. I think women, we let down men in a really nice way. We try to be polite, and sometimes that can make a guy confused. Well, she's flirting with me, but she's telling me she doesn't want to see me. She's giving me mixed signals. If you're getting mixed signals in any way, if you're getting confused in any way by any gender, it's not meant to be. It's just not meant to be. And that's okay. Use your confusement as a guide. I'm confused. You can ask for clarity too. You know, that's why communication is there. But most of the time, it's just because you're just not the one. You're just not the apple of their eye, and that's okay. Because now you can move on to somebody who will make you the apple of their eye, right? We all want to be in a beautiful relationship, right? Because we think in having it, we will be happier. We all want to make a lot of money because we think if we have it, we will be happier, right? We all want to travel the world, see things and explore, right? We all have our desires. Anything we want in life is because we think we will be happier in the having of it. So there's no point in wasting time on following a person versus following your happiness, because you're thinking, if I just had this person, then I would be happy. But actually, that's not always the case. Sometimes that person is just not for us. They're making us feel confused. They're making us feel dizzy. Nope, not for us. Or we feel like we can't have any boundaries around them. Nope, not for us. So these 3 things will really help you in any relationship, but definitely romantic as well.